Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vincent Cloud
and Hardcore Dave.
And this is season 31 of the challenge, Vendettas.
Pre-show.
Yeah. The show is actually gonna when's it gonna air? January 2nd of 2018. That is a not too distant future, man. I assume what is it? What is it now? December 6th. Champs versus Stars is probably going to end and then immediately followed by the premiere, right?
Yeah. So we had Dirty 30, and that was piggybacked by Champs versus Stars.
Yeah.
And then now season 31, Vendettas.
Yes.
It's awesome.
So this is going to go down January 2nd, like we said. A lot of shit is going to be, I want to say, an improvement. I'm super stoked about this season. Not just getting into the cast, which is interesting because there's a lot of new faces, a lot of new aspects of just the overall way that we're going to enjoy this show. Like, remember when Are You the One was the only thing that was new to it?
Yeah,
and
that was the only new talent we saw. Was
the challenge is America, you know, just like bring me your needy and your what's this?
Bring me your masses.
Bring your dumb asses.
Dumb asses.
Yeah, and shit like that, you know. Yeah, that's crazy. What am I getting at? But
there's a ton of new faces. Yeah,
tons
and
of
then
new
we have
faces.
a returning star too.
Returning star? What do you mean?
Brad is a returning star.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I was thinking
some
Champs
old
versus
faces.
Stars. I'm like, Riff Raff?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
no
Riff Raff, unfortunately. I hope he comes back.
Yeah, we're like, come back from that party, Riff Raff. He's probably in the VIP somewhere. Just fucking saying that people don't respect my authority. Okay, well, anyways, the real thing is that the new rules of the game, the new twists. The one thing I have to say is that there's no fucking redemption. So let's all just thank Christ for that, right?
No more redemption house. Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
So if you get eliminated, you're eliminated.
Yeah. I think the biggest news right now is that there will be one winner. And I don't mean one guy winner, one girl winner. I mean one winner.
Really?
Of the season.
Holy shit.
Supposedly, the final prize has the potential to exceed $500,000. So $500,000 to someone. Guy or girl, you know?
That's more than Dirty 30. That was $450,000.
Right. Yeah.
It's going to be $500,000 to the one winner.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
that
amazing.
Sucks for second place, whoever that ends up being.
Yeah. Let's just hope that they don't fuck this up like they fucked up the Dirty 30. I feel like you tell them immediately, hey, listen, at the beginning of the season, this is worth $500,000 and only one of you is going to win. Not one guy, not one girl, one person. That will alter how everyone views this whole fucking thing. Like, that is earth-shattering. To me, that's just, you know, you're creating different maps in your mind. Like, okay, so I can screw this person over, but that's going to affect this overall, you know? They need to be told this immediately. In Dirty 30, they weren't told until what? Episode 12, 13, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like way at the end of the
season. At the very end. I think like it was one episode before the final.
Yeah, it was like too late for it to actually affect the game in any way.
Yeah. It completely botched right there.
But they were being dirty by not being forthright with the competitors.
Man. But you know what, though? I feel like this is properly Dirty 30. I feel like the producers, if they're the same guys, they were like, oh my God, we fucked that up. But the idea, I know how to make the Dirty 30 work. And this is exactly what Vendettas is. It's basically, let's run it back, you know?
The producers are going to redeem themselves in the redemption house that is Vendettas.
Oh my God. But at the same time, shunning the very idea of redemption. I never liked it. I never liked the exile house. You know, it's always been, I don't want to keep on using the word botched. It's always been, what's another word for just failing? Yeah.
Failing is good enough for me.
Yeah.
Some things are good in theory. but in action, they don't really work that well. And I'm glad, I guess, that the MTV is trying to try new things and spice it up. But you have to be able to make sure you're doing the right thing, so it makes the season better and it helps it grow.
Yeah,
and it's not hindering the season.
Yeah, this will be. I think this is just them saying, "Oh shit, I'm sorry. This is what we meant. This is what we meant."
So like, what else do we know about Vendettas?
Okay, so again, going with the one winner only, but they also say that the winners of each challenge, which is the daily mission, will receive money for their individual bank accounts. This is harking back to the ruins. They did that in the ruins, right?
They used to do this all the time.
Not all the time.
Well, all the time. They did it all the time back in the day.
No, that would be team accounts. This is personal.
Oh.
What you make, that's what you get.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But once players are eliminated, their money is added to the final prize pot.
So if you beat somebody, you don't get their money. It goes to the final pot.
Goes to the final. That's why they said, didn't they say the potential to exceed $500,000? Oh, okay. So that makes a lot more sense. Okay. So that's gonna be awesome. Like, assuming some guy's defeated, they're like, "Oh my god, he was worth $25,000," and like gets heaped up on there. That'd be sweet, right? In a major, but it says in a major game twist this season, grenades, quote unquote, will be awarded to players surviving grueling elimination rounds, giving them a chance to get back at anyone else in the house they may have had a vendetta against. Anyone they just don't fucking like, right? With everyone out for themselves, stealing an entire bank account from another player, or forcing players to be shackled together during another challenge. So like saying, so I send you into elimination, you win, and you're like, okay, now that I'm back, Vince, you have to be shackled to fucking Anissa, in the next mission. That's pretty cool, right? That's pretty crazy, right? Yeah. So you basically say, I don't want you to win next mission, so I'm going to give you something shitty. That's awesome.
So right? Is that the grenade that they're talking
about? There's also other shit. With everyone out for themselves, stealing an entire bank account from another player. So you could also steal money from somebody. Just put it in your own account. That's fucked up.
How's it, like, in the eliminations or the...
No. Because, again, remember, if you're eliminated, if you were to be eliminated, I send you in there, right?
Yeah.
And you were worth $2.
Come on, I'm worth at least 20.
Okay, 20. No. Let's be real here.
1,000?
20,000, right there. 20,000, right?
Sounds more.
And I'm like, no, man. You're gonna kill me in the final. I know that for real. Like, you're gonna fucking kill me in the final. So I'm like, damn, I'm sending you into elimination. Go fuck yourself. Like, whatever. I would definitely hype it up on screen with you. I would be like, hopefully Dave doesn't take this too seriously. This is for the challenge. This is for the show, Would you do that with me, or would you be like, no, fuck that? Like, we're not doing that on TV?
Oh, I would totally talk shit about you for the cameras.
Yeah, would you?
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah. If you weren't so close to me right now, I'd talk more shit.
You wouldn't. I just feel like you would want some sort of solid alliance, the two of us, no? Or would you be like, no, we're out here to make a show?
I would start with a mutual alliance, knowing full well that by
Are we Corey and Nelson? You know how like they're friends, but they're like, our showmance is like able to like backstab each other just because that's good television. Like, they try and pretend to hit each other. And
I wouldn't have waited as long as them, though, because they were actually friends for a long time. It would be like halfway through the first episode, I'd turn my back on you, and then I'd be like, I'm throwing him in, and I'm voting for him. And then everyone else would vote for me, and then I'm like, damn it, it backfired.
Okay, so getting back to my point, I send you into elimination. Option A, you lose, right? You lose to Shane.
Okay.
That's a respectable loss, first of all.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
He's beating Tony.
Your $20,000 goes to the final pot. So if I get to the final, I win your money overall. You know what I mean? But you win your elimination. You could either A, have me shackled to someone in the next mission, or B, have me stay up the entire night before a mission.
Ooh,
that's brutal.
Really?
Yeah.
That's part of the rules of this season?
Yeah, that is fucking brutal.
Oh, sleep deprivation.
Yeah. Or you could straight up take my money, and I'm worth like $90,000, man.
Are we sure about that?
In challenge bucks, yes.
Challenge bucks? No. You're worth $20,000 as well.
Well, okay, fine. Yeah, but so you could take my 20 grand, and I'm like, what the shit? I didn't get to go into elimination to defend my money. You just straight up took my money.
So the person who wins at the end is going to have the winnings plus whatever is in their bank account. I believe
so.
Because everyone else's bank account is basically going to be in the winnings other than the winner.
So what we heard sounds awesome, right?
Yeah.
That is truly what would define a Dirty 30 season. You know, that is dirty what they're doing. Yeah. Dirty 30, what actually happened was just kind of like, oh, the worst of the worst has to try and throw each other in at gunpoint, basically. You know, people had to cut alliances. They didn't want to, but they had to. You know, like, that's why the whole drama with Jenna and Camilla was just like, yawn, like, I don't care. They were forced. I don't know, whatever. Let's get on to the cast. Because that's all the new information, but that's a shitload of information, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. Sounds awesome. So, like, at first when I heard about Vendettas, I was thinking, okay, maybe it's like rivals. So people are going to be partnered with someone they have a vendetta against.
Right.
But it sounds like this, that everyone is on their own, and they're probably going to all be solo competitors. Then the vendetta aspect is just based off of who sent you into elimination. If you come back, then you have like a trump card that you can play against the person who sent you in. You can be like, boom, okay, you have this disadvantage now for the next mission or elimination. So that's cool. So it seems like it'll be solo.
I think it's gonna vary. I would imagine it's gonna be like teams, and you know, it's gonna vary. But I think the elimination winner will be told like, hey, guess what? The next mission is gonna be couples. So he's like, you know, or something like that. But
yeah, they did that a lot in Dirty 30, where there's for this mission, get into a pair, guy-girl pairs. You guys choose, or okay, we're gonna pick two teams, and then people have to pick.
Yeah, and I think this is just what the season is now. I mean, the challenge is it's just all over the place, which can be fun. You know, do I sound beaten down by it? Where I'm like, maybe. He says he loves me, but gets too many drinks during the Super Bowl, and God damn it, I burnt the roast. You know,
things went bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes it can
know his own strength, Dave. Right?
Sometimes you end up seeing like the same stuff over
He's the
and
father
over.
of my children.
And it gets a little repetitive. I'm trying to move on, but let me move on. Trying to transition. But yeah, if you see the same thing over and over, where you have you're picking teams for every mission, that gets lame. But if you're always having guy-girl partners, that gets lame. Or if it's just guy-guy partners. They've done every format before, so I think they're trying to find kind of a middle ground where, okay, from mission to mission, from episode to episode, we're seeing a difference. So sometimes you're paired with this person, sometimes you're paired with someone else.
Yeah.
Like in Dirty 30, what did we have? We had like Carmery and CT being partners every time, and they always dominated, and it was a little unfortunate.
Team Boston.
Yeah, so maybe they should throw in a wrinkle where, hey, if you pick someone as your partner last week, you can't pick them as a partner this week. Right?
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
I don't know. I like the new rules and shit, but it's, you know, without the rules.
What are the rules?
Challenge? You need competitors, and that might be the more interesting part of it. But we'll see. It depends on the cast.
You need competitors, you need personalities.
First of all, who's the host, Dave? And why should we... Why are we excited? Are we excited?
TJ Lavin, host of the challenge. She's back.
Oh, host
TJ
of
Lavin. Yeah.
of challenge fame.
For Chance for Stars, we have The Miz.
Yeah.
But The Miz, it seems like a lot of people have been quitting on him, but TJ hates quitters. So hopefully on Vendettas, we're not going to have any quitters.
First of all, let me say, TJ's never stopped someone from quitting either. So
that is
just
true.
TJ gets pissed.
I'm just saying,
That's the difference.
he just gets annoyed by it.
That's the
The
difference.
Miz, he's just like, they had to leave. Moving on, I'm still on camera.
All right. Let's just go from stopbeingpolite.com. They have cast pictures and the names and shit. So we'll just go in that order, and I believe it's in alphabetical order. So here we go. Alicia writes, "Are you the one 5?" She looks hot. I don't know what you want me to say. She's in a pool somewhere. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Are you the one? Who gives a fuck anymore? Like Nelson's from Are You the One? Fucking
Ashley, isn't she? Are you the one?
no.
Or she was Real World.
She was Real World. Yeah. This is all falling apart. But Nelson, you know, need I say more? Apparently, to make my point. But yeah, Alicia, whatever. Are you the one? Brad is back. Brad, what's his last name for you?
Fiorenza.
He's like one of the best that's ever been. It just took him a long time to get that win, you know, the final win. But he's been to like 4 finals, something like that. You know, he's a constant spoiler in the eliminations. He takes down like the top heap in eliminations like almost every fucking time. Like he has a great elimination record. He really does. And even though he's had some losses, he's gone against names in the challenge, champions in the challenge, you know? So he's like top tier. He always has been. I'm glad he's fucking back. And most importantly, without the wife, right?
No more Tori?
Yeah, you weren't a big fan of her. I remember that.
I wasn't.
Or at least their relationship anyways, right?
Yeah, their relationship on screen was a little hard to watch.
Tori was hot as hell, but you know, be by any married couple and you're like, oh god, I'm so soft. You know, I was hard but now I'm soft. You know what I mean? Or I was wet and now I'm dry. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. Like for me, Brad is this season's Derek. Because Derek was around back in the day.
Yes.
He was dominant.
They both debuted
he took
in the
off
same
like 4 years or 5 years or however long it's been.
So much time.
And then he came back. So that's what Brad is. Brad is from that same generation that Derek was in.
Brad and Derek's last season was cutthroat.
Oh, really? Simultaneous.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, like Brad is an awesome competitor. I really liked him at first. Once he was engaged to Tori, they would be like this power couple in the house who would control the voting. It got I don't know. They got a little annoying. The both of them working together. Yeah. They were effective. Was it Cutthroat? Was that the?
That was the pinnacle of their togetherness or whatever.
Okay. When like. Was it like Abram got like sick and Sarah and Cara Maria, everyone was dehydrated and they dropped out of the final. And then there's like Brad and Tori and I forget
Tyler Dunbar.
Yeah, that
team a sweet
won.
Team though. I mean, like I don't know. I'm not Brad. The fact that Brad's back is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, he's a great personality. He's great in competition and the eliminations and missions.
Yeah.
And plus he also has a very political mind.
Yes, he does.
Which
he knows how to shake a hand. He's a politician. He really is.
Yeah. He's very well rounded. He has all the things you want. Yeah. And you know what? You know what else he has? He has a big fucking beard.
Yes.
Did you see him in the trailer?
Oh, the trailer.
He's fucking bearded as hell. A big brown beard.
He's still big. He's still in shape. He's not the biggest dude. I think. Is he tall? I don't think
he's that tall. He's probably only like 5'10" or 5'11".
But he looks like he's remained in shape, just like Derek has. You know what I mean? Like Brad and Derek, they premiered in the first season, in the same season together. I believe it was men versus women. Oh no, Battle of the Sexes 2. Yeah, and they were both amazing, and they've starred with each other. So they're almost the same person in my eyes. They're almost like the Hardy brothers. You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference?
Hardy Boys?
Whatever. What did I say?
The Hardley brothers?
The Hardley brothers? They're Hardley brothers. They really aren't. All right. Well, next. Brittany Thornton from Ireland 1-3. She was actually from Dirty 30.
Mm-hmm.
She was impressive. She won eliminations when she needed to until she didn't. But then she also kind of ruffled the feathers with Veronica, which I thought was cool. Like, nothing's better than showing up on a season and you're already butting heads with a well-established vet. That's cool.
Was Dirty 30 Britney's first season?
Yes, it was.
Wow,
it didn't
that's
seem
amazing
like
because
that
I feel like
right?
I've known Britney forever now.
And again, who gives a shit that she's from Are You the One? I don't care. Like, it's meaningless to me, you know? It really is.
Like, Britney...
Like, I don't care where you come from a show, you know?
Yeah.
This isn't political.
I don't know. You keep bringing up Are You the One? And I'm like, yeah, I don't care either. That's what I'm not talking about. Like, Britney's awesome. When I first saw her, I thought she was kind of annoying and a little full of herself. And I'm like, oh.
She's
Wait,
an ex-pageant.
Was she not on
That's
Invasion?
what made you think of Tori. No, she wasn't. No.
Really?
No,
she wasn't in the
Dirty...
the ruins or whatever,
No,
that house?
No.
She
was in...
Okay.
She was in 30-30. And I remember she was a pageant contestant or a queen or something like that.
I thought she was just like a beauty queen, and that was
you got
all
flashes
there was.
of Tori. Remember that Brad's wife Tori was a beauty queen too. Yeah.
But Britney seems like a great competitor. She has an awesome personality. She's smoking fucking hot. So she has all.
Yeah.
She's got everything. Britney's awesome. I'm glad she's back because she definitely seems. She seems like someone like Tori or Kayla. It's one of those like next generation females that is like a competitor. I'm excited to back because I feel like they got a legit chance to win something. Yeah,
she feels more like a prospect for a contendership, more than just like a middle card sort of fighter like Jemmy. You know what I mean? Like Jemmy never came in, and you're like, oh my god,
watch out for her.
Yeah.
Brittany,
all respect
definitely
in
gonna watch
the world
out for
to Jemmy. You know, you and your homespun wisdom.
Homespun, Southern homespun wisdom.
Deep fried wisdom. Next is Cara Maria Sorbello. She's back. She wasn't on Champs vs. Stars, which was surprising because, you know, she didn't win.
Honestly,
but she was last season.
When she wasn't on Champs vs. Stars, in my head, I was just like, oh, that means she's going to win the Dirty 30, and she's going to have the money from that, and that's why she's not doing Champs vs. Stars.
And she didn't win. She got second place, which was a huge shock.
So maybe that's why she didn't do Champs vs. Stars, because maybe she thought she won until they pulled the X's on the reunion show, and she found out she lost.
And she was like, no, I shouldn't be on the team of the Champs versus Stars. I didn't win. You know, I don't deserve it. And she fled. But then that's why we had Anissa and Jenna on that fucking team, you know? Because Cara Maria said no, because Laurel said no. I'm sure that's why
somebody had to feed Cara's horses, damn it.
Oh my god.
She's got a whole stable in Montana. She lives up by Bozeman, Montana.
Cara Maria, she's back.
So yeah, right? Cara, she's won a couple times. Or just once.
If you want to think, remember, there's only one winner. Cara Maria is definitely up there, right?
Oh yeah,
she's fucking up there.
She's definitely a favorite.
I mean, and she's not afraid to go against Bananas when she has worked with him, which always makes me think like, yeah, you fucking sell out, you know. But I think she is willing to say no. You know, cut him off when she can, and then move on forward.
She's kind of like Sarah, where she'll work with Bananas during the middle of the season, during the meaty part of the season, but she knows that he's competition, and she will sell you down river at whenever the time arises where she thinks it's going to be like an advantage for her.
Next is Corey. Listen, he's usually just there to get laid. No, sure he wants to win, and sure he's been to two finals, you know. But you know what though? If he does, once again, all the power goes to the eliminations. If he wins an elimination, he could just take everything he can away from Bananas: money, power, respect.
Because there are certain guys in this season. Corey, I won't spoil who else is on the season yet, but once we get into these other guys, it seems like there's a definite alliance that could form with certain guys that could try and take down the machine that is Bananas and his vets. And like Bananas is going to be here. Brad's coming back. I could totally see Brad being a vet. I could see Brad teaming up with Bananas just like Derek did.
Yeah,
Dirty 30.
Yeah, that's possible.
Forming like a veteran alliance.
Yeah.
And Corey, well, I don't think he's going to win. He's talented enough to do a little bit of damage and stick around a while.
And he really led the charge. He was the poster boy of like, listen, the younger guys were gunning for you guys. He didn't necessarily have to say, me and my friends Nelson and Hunter, but he did represent the young bucks trying to come up. So Corey doesn't mind being that representative, which is cool. You know, like I think that's pretty awesome. After that, Devin Walker. You like Devin?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Devin. He has everything you want when it comes to personality, likability, the political aspect of the game. In missions and challenges, he's not been impressive at all.
Right.
But
he was in a final. He was with Cheyenne. Remember that?
Team Princess.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. They got third place.
Yeah.
And he was the ultimate teammate there because Cheyenne slowed him down, but the entire time he was positive and he was happy, and like he wasn't like Frank or Zach yelling at Sam in what was that Battle of the Seasons, like just berating his teammate for being slow. Like Devin's a team player, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, Devin knew he was in a final with Vince and Bananas. He's like, holy shit, I gotta come off great. You know what I mean? Because these guys are fucking assholes. I'm gonna come off as a prince if I'm just a little bit of nice. You know what I mean? Devin Walker doesn't perform well in missions, right? Eliminations, maybe. But if he were to win, he would definitely make those power moves and where he would, right?
He's very politically minded.
Yeah.
So if Corey, for say, wants to start an alliance and try and take down some of the vets, I think Devin would totally be in the mix and could be a possible ally with Corey.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Next, we got a new guy, Eddie Williams from Are You the One 5. I know nothing about him.
But yeah, same season as Alicia Wright. So I don't know if they're a couple but they're from the same season, so they know each other.
That could be an automatic linkage of like somewhat of an alliance. So
possibly.
Next is Jemmy. Jemmy, who just grew on us like a fucking wart or something.
At first, she was a little unsightly, and we didn't care for her. But then we grew to love Jimmy. Like I thought Jimmy was great last season. Like she's totally different than like because she took off like 3 or 4 years from the challenge, and we hadn't seen her. And then
3 or 4 seasons doesn't equal a year.
Well, I mean, it looks like 7 or 8 years by her face shot.
Some of these reality TV personalities do seem to age in seasons more than in years.
And I understand it with Jemmy. I have Jemmy on Snapchat, and she was constantly Snapchatting videos of her in bars getting drunk.
Oh, really?
Like almost nightly. Like Jemmy's a party girl. So it's not surprising that she's aged not so well.
Well, I mean,
but I'm glad that she's back because she's a great personality.
Yes, she's gone beyond just that's Knight and Jemmy and Knight. You know, they were always together, and Knight will certainly overshadow you know, or her in this case. You know what I mean? So, but she's not just like the ex or the widow of Knight. You know, she's not Yoko Ono, the widow of John Lennon. You know what I mean? She's definitely
coming out with her own album. Yeah. Pretty subpar.
Next, we have Bananas. He's back. Whoop-de-goddamn do. I don't know. Like,
Bananas is on every season.
Yeah, he's on every season.
He's...
yeah.
I believe in if we're counting Champs versus Stars and Champs versus Pros, Bananas has a better attendance record than TJ Lavin, the host, right? Like Bananas is always there.
Yeah, but you know what? I do have to recognize that there are Bananas fans out there, and that I should do the podcast justice by discussing why he's worth a footnote. What's in the footnote? 6-time champion, although he hasn't won in a while.
What? Season 29.
When was the last time you?
Season 29, where he stole all of Sarah's money. Wow, unless you want to argue that Sarah won.
Okay. Well, no. So that was Rivals 3. I'm just trying to put on season
29. Was it? Or no, was that 28?
I have no idea. I'm just
there
trying
was
to say
Invasion.
Rivals
Invasion
3
might have been 29.
and then Champs versus Pros, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Invasion of the Champions. No, that's not right. And then Dirty 30. So it's been a while. It's been almost 4 seasons since he's won, and that's what Jemmy, going back to Jemmy, she's like, bad karma. She never should have stole a young woman's pride or, or her money for that matter, So is it real? Like, maybe, I don't know. Johnny Bananas is still not eliminated in Champs versus Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Johnny Bananas, seriously, he's great. He lost to Derek on Dirty 30 and an amazing kind of a hamster wheel type thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
If Derek never saw Bananas be the innovator of that, I don't think he would have won.
Interesting.
Right? Because Bananas was the one that created the entire thing. Like, go on the wheel and run. The idea that was explained is once you go over the thing, that's the end of the turn.
Yeah.
They never once said get up and run and shit like that. It's crazy.
What I'm honestly, in other seasons, I had gotten burnt out on Johnny Bananas, and I would be upset that he was coming back. But in all honesty, I'm glad he's back because he is a fixture, and I think before I wasn't a fan of Johnny, so if I saw him on a season, I was always afraid he was going to win, and that would kind of ruin the ending of the season because I wasn't a fan of his. But I think over the last couple of years, we've seen that he's not a shoo-in to totally win it. It's not a guarantee that he's going to win.
A couple handful of seasons, he hasn't been winning.
He's definitely one of the favorites, but he's not a shoo-in for a victory.
Right. But that goes hand in hand with his. I mean, he can survive. We saw that in Free Agents, But it really helps for him to have that solid alliance. But we'll go into the rest of the cast. Joss Mooney, X on the Beach, MTV UK. So,
are we gonna have somebody with a British accent? He's from the UK.
Is he gonna be like Luis from Champs versus Pros? Maybe.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Joss Mooney, X on the Beach, MTV UK.
Well, maybe he's from Liverpool.
Oh my god, yeah.
I do a terrible British accent.
Next is Kayla. For some reason, I'm gonna be like, you're such a huge fan, but I'm like, well, that takes away from the fact that I'm a fan too. Just because we didn't see eye to eye on who should win a nomination, didn't mean that the whole time, Kayla's awesome. It says a lot when there's a woman who's hot that the other girls who are also hot just hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something attractive about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird because Kayla seems to ruffle a lot of feathers with other castmates like Cara Maria. Some of them are game decisions, political decisions. Some of it doesn't really seem warranted and people just don't like her. But she seems pretty genuine. She doesn't seem like she's like a liar or a manipulator. She seems pretty straightforward with her game. Right. She's talented when it comes to missions and eliminations.
She defeated Jenna in elimination.
And that's tough to do because Jenna, she was on a roll there for a couple seasons.
And Jenna's not here. Kayla and Jenna were a power couple.
Yeah, they were an awesome tag team last season. So and now the tag team is broken up.
Who does she work?
Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy are no longer together.
Is Kayla broken Kayla?
Broken Kayla Hardy.
Yeah. Or woken Kayla Hardy.
Yeah, she's woken.
All right, but next, Kayla Morris, X on the Beach, MTV UK.
So maybe she knows Joss Mooney from the UK.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Hopefully she has a sweet British accent.
Yeah, I would welcome all the British accents. That'd be amazing. Yeah.
This picture on Stop Being Polite, Kayla looks pretty awesome in a super shiny bikini.
Yeah, it's very James Bond-esque.
Yes. It looks like Quantum of Solace, the Bond girl from that movie.
There was that. Cam Williams, Are You the One 5? Nothing. She's hot just like everyone else. I mean, you can't really describe anyone. She just can't.
Yeah, she's from the same season as Alicia Wright and Eddie Williams. Also,
really?
Are You the One 5?
Oh, so that could be a three-person alliance right there.
Yeah, perhaps they all know each other.
Next, we have Kyle Christie from Geordie or Geordie Shore. I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Geordie Shore, MTV UK.
Yes.
So is this like the UK's version of Jersey Shore? Perhaps?
It's got to be, right?
Is he going to lift up his shirt and like have some awesome abs? Be like, this is not the situation, this is the confrontation or something. I don't know.
This is the parliament or
This is the royal fleet.
Yeah, the royal flesh. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's got to be like extremely douchey.
Yeah, this picture, douchey is definitely what I would say. He's covered in tattoos. Has a watch.
Can you imagine
rings,
how many people you just offended who have tattoos?
Well, I'm not saying, but not all
They are
tattoos
legions,
are douchey.
Dave. Legions.
Not. Oh yeah, that's
You don't
true.
have a tattoo, do you?
No, my body is already a work of art.
I am pure. I did not. Not only did I not get a tattoo, but never a piercing.
Yeah, that's because it's against your religion. You're a
The
Mormon.
only thing I've been pierced is my fucking heart, man.
Because you're a vampire. People are trying to stab you.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay, but yeah.
But
Kyle Christie, doesn't he sound like a politician that just fucked up? You know, like oh god,
He's not fat like Chris Christie.
Is
He's
that what
Kyle
I'm thinking?
Christie.
Is that what inspired it? I was like,
Yeah.
why am I thinking?
The guy from New Jersey.
Sorry to
Chris
get
Christie.
political again.
But Kyle Christie, yeah, this picture, he's got a fedora covered in tattoos, has rings, a watch, a very manscaped beard and facial hair.
Yeah.
He looks like a total tool. He's got like a jean jacket thing on.
The jean jacket really
he
sets
looks
you
like
off.
he's like a singer in a shitty kind of band, some kind of indie rock band that
Right.
has douchey music.
This is basic. I wonder if this is. You know how the Jersey Shore, it was a bunch of Italians, and they would call themselves Guidos and
Yeah.
Guidettes. They're just like, oh, the Italian stereotype. Is the Geordie Shore or Geordie Shore, where they're embracing the Americanized version of Italians? You know what I mean?
Perhaps. I thought it would be
They're
more
like-
British
so
centric, not
So
American
maybe he's like,
Italian.
I'm Kyle Christie. What's the matter with you? You know what I mean?
It just sounds like freaking Mario from Mario Brothers.
I'm gonna win the
It's
$500,000.
I got you, Christie.
Why you don't call your mother? All right, next, the opposite of an Italian, Leroy Garrett. Leroy's back. Last scene getting fucked over by Veronica.
Yeah, after getting verbally assaulted by Camilla.
Oh my god, that's right.
Like, I love Leroy. He's been great for a while now, and he never seems to win. But gee, it's like sometimes I feel bad for him because like he's had in Bloodlines, he had his partner go home from being hurt, Candace.
Then he went home with a
yeah,
bad
with a
back
back
in
injury.
Rivals 3.
I almost blamed it on him because that happened like 2 episodes in.
Right.
Like I felt like he might have been hurt before it.
That was technically the first episode, if you remember.
Oh, was it the
Yeah.
first?
Well,
they
it was
chopped
divided
it up.
in 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anymore. It's insignificant, really.
But now Leroy's back.
And I don't know. I can't get it up, so to speak. Leroy, you know I'm not the best fan of Leroy. You're more of a fan of Leroy. Talk him up. You're his hype man.
Leroy is awesome. I love Leroy. Like, he has a great personality. He's super likable.
Marie next is.
Like, she's moving on. Don't move on to Marie yet. There is breaking news with Leroy.
What? What do you mean?
As of this, you saw the trailer, right?
Yeah, but I don't remember anything
Well,
about
if
Leroy.
you slow it down towards the end,
Yeah?
I don't know that it was Leroy, but
You better hope to God it was Leroy now.
Turns
out it was some other African American challenger.
Well, it might have been.
You asshole.
There was someone laying on their back and they're putting a neck collar on them. And it kind of looked like Leroy. Now, maybe it was another black guy from the cast. But it looked like somebody is going to end up like in a neck brace and they were injured. And I was like, damn it. I'm like, Leroy, his left challenges like when he hurt his back.
Right.
So I'm like, it kind of scared me. I'm like, oh shit, I hope that's not Leroy. And I haven't slowed it down enough. I just watched it at full speed.
Maybe Leroy's going to try and pull out Jordan. Remember? He's like, no, give me another
ambulance. Yeah. He'll jump out of the ambulance and be like, I'm heading back out there. I'm going to win it.
Yeah. Next is Marie. Last seen in Dirty 30, she really had no, she got her ass kicked by Tori in elimination. And then once she was in the Redemption House, she was the third wheel. She had to spend her nights listening to Anissa and Corey jerk each other off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So like Marie, I see some potential in her.
Remember all the crying she did when she was supposed to eat that awful food? Remember all she did was cry?
She's freaking out.
She got cast. Why? I mean, she actually, I feel like she looks hotter than she did before because I think she got some work done. But still, what did she
enhance herself?
What did she contribute to the show? I just feel like someone said no. You know what I mean?
What did she enhance?
Her face.
Her face?
Yeah. All right.
Well, maybe she's wearing some makeup. Maybe she borrowed the makeup.
Maybe it's
from
Maybelline,
Nicole.
right? Next is Melissa Reeves, X on the Beach, MTV UK, and I don't know anything about X on the Beach.
Same
I guess
as Joss Mooney and Kayla Morris.
Yeah. What is X on the Beach? I guess we've never thought to ask really. What do you think it is? Do you think it's X's, Battle of the X's? But
I think it's probably like Are You the One? Except for all the people showing up there. There's couples where they were together, they broke up, and then they're going to try and find someone new.
Oh, really?
But the ex will try and foil it for their ex.
No, that's too clever. I feel like it's just exes, and they're like, whoever gets back together and, like, gets, they'll make the money. So can you imagine doing that where, like, you go on a show and you're like, I fucking hate this bitch, but we're here to make money, y'all. And then all of a sudden you're like, no, we have to, like, get along and you struggle to hold hands. You struggle to make pleasantries sometimes, you know.
Mm-hmm. It'd be tough because eventually you're gonna stab him in the back. It's just like if you and me were to end up on a challenge, we would go in there as allies and friends, full well knowing that we're just waiting for the perfect opportunity to stab each other in the back, just to make a great moment out of
it. Right.
Moving on.
Next, Natalie Negrati, Big Brother 18. We finally dipped into Big Brother. This is like when the UFC brought in people from Strikeforce, Pride. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Big Brother has always been. It's like if we got someone from Survivor. You know what I mean?
I feel like Big Brother is Survivor's little brother. Like, I think more of Survivor than I do Big Brother.
But people know Big Brother is what I'm getting at. I feel like Survivor and Big Brother are well known way more than the challenge.
Yeah, because they're on broadcast TV. They're on like CBS.
Yes. Is the challenge actually Bellator? We don't even know it. And Survivor is UFC.
Perhaps.
It probably is, to be honest.
Jeff Probst, is he like the real TJ Lavin? He's Dana White to whoever Bellator is.
Okay, well, all the UFC, anyone who's never seen UFC or whatever, they're like, what the fuck does all this mean?
I don't know. Well, it's like,
anyways, Big Brother 18.
Everyone, if they're listening this far and they know that 90% of what we're saying makes no sense to anyone but ourselves.
Yeah, random mentions of some sort of UFC.
Natalie's super hot. So
yeah, but they're all hot. I mean, I
don't all these
say,
new chicks. I gotta say, they're not going off of physical capabilities or personalities.
How could
it just
you
looks
say
like.
That? First
it looks like, how do you look in a bikini? Okay, you're on the show.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Kayla's hot. She looks great in a bikini, but she's also an amazing competitor. So I hope.
Same with Brittany.
Who's that?
Brittany, she debuted last year.
Oh yeah. I got you.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm
so
not saying
Natalie
just
could
because
be
you're
a-
good looking doesn't mean you can't be a great competitor.
Yeah.
But all these new chicks are.
Thanks, Dave. So maybe I will try the challenge. All right, next, Nelson Thomas. Nelson's back. Last seen Dirty 30 getting kicked out on what would you call it? Violence?
Getting physical, putting your
Physical, there you
hands.
What,
They said it was a punch. In the replay, it looked. I don't
it looked
know.
more like a push to me.
Yeah, it was kind of a push to the chin of somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, if Nelson was gonna punch you,
was-
you're gonna fall down.
That was
I
more of
feel
a
like.
TKO than a KO, right? TKO?
Yeah, it was a technical knockout, but the person wasn't knocked out. They just
Right.
they stopped the fight before it was really should have been stopped.
So it was like more like a TP instead of a P. Like a punch is a punch, but a technical punch is a TP. You know, right?
No, I don't know. You lost me there.
The toilet paper full of shit. I don't know. All right, next, Nicole.
Ramos.
You know what? One of the very few people from Bloodlines as a cousin, as a non MTV personality,
Is she the
to
only
stick around.
one?
Yeah,
The only one. Wow, the only bloodline.
yeah.
Vinny
I don't really
Pineapples.
understand why. I feel like we could have kept Jamie instead of her. We could have
Yeah,
kept
Jamie would have been great.
who was Corey's cousin? I would have preferred him. You know what I mean?
Mitch. Yeah.
Jenna's cousin. You know, like
Oh,
all these.
yeah.
There was so many
What
people.
about Kahada's cousin?
Yeah. What about Kahada?
She was gone she was gone like the first episode, but yeah, Nicole is back.
I thought they were husband and wife. Kahada.
No, I like Nicole being back. I'm not her biggest fan because of some of the shit she was talking about, like during Rivals 3 when she was talking shit to Nani about
She
alliances.
exposed her own cousin.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. She seemed to start drama when it didn't need to be started.
Right.
However, she had her best moment on Dirty 30, trying to work her way back from the Redemption House, where they had to dive into that pit to get
the mud.
those rocks covered in mud, then eating all that disgusting food.
That's true.
She looked phenomenal, and she almost won it. She was just down and stuff. She did a great job there. She really fought her ass off. She ended up coming up short, and she
That's
ended
true.
up not coming back.
That's a
And
good
Nisa won.
Yeah.
But that was definitely Nicole's best moment as a competitor. It was like, damn, she's looking pretty good there.
So maybe a producer was like you, and they were like, you know what? She really impressed me. Plus, blew me afterwards. You know, just cast her next. Right? Sorry, I don't want to. In this political climate, I don't want to talk about fucking. You know,
Okay, Al Franken
sex
over there.
for work or whatever. Next is Robin O'Connor, X on the Beach, MTV UK.
Rogan or Rogan?
Robin O'Connor.
Rogan.
Rogan?
Rogan.
Yeah, Robin O'Connor. Okay, I'm just guessing that he's Irish, but he could be, right?
Yeah, he looks a little bit like that Colin Farrell, right?
Colin Farrell fucking beat his ass. I can't do an impression. But yeah, he's from X on the Beach. Again, I have no idea what they do on X on the Beach. But just the play on words of sex on the beach, you just know that it's UK trashy, right?
Ooh, yeah.
It totally is,
Bunch
right?
of UK sluts, basically. Guys and girls.
Yeah, I could get into some of that, man. Next is Nicole.
Zanata.
Last seen on Invasion of the Champions, getting second place.
She got second? Wow.
Yeah, coming in first place in the hearts of Laurel.
Ashley.
And Cara Maria. Yeah, Ashley won.
Ashley got first, she got second, and then Camilla got third.
Was Camilla in that one?
Yeah, because Corey slowed her down in that puzzle. That's why Camilla was so super pissed.
Yeah, that's right. She's back. Remember, basically from the trailer, we watched the trailer. Her and Cara Maria are making out again.
I know. Oh my god. Like, so Nicole.
Further cementing the divide between Laurel and Cara Maria, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because the whole thing from that season was Nicole in this three-way romance with Laurel and Cara Maria and Nicole.
Which it was a three-way.
Well, it wasn't a three-way, but it was kind of a love triangle.
Call it a love triangle, yeah. One's totally different than a three-way.
It was a love triangle, not a three-way. But Nicole kind of, first she went after Cara, then went after Laurel, played them against each other, so they turned on each other and were both fighting
Pillow
over
fight,
her.
remember?
Yeah, pillow fighting. And then, Kara backed out and she was like, I'm not for this at all. But then Laurel ended up
And by not for
falling
this,
in love with her.
by not for this, she meant I'm not gay. I'm not bisexual. It's just there's some woman flirting with me, and I'm just whatever.
Yeah,
it didn't
she was
mean
like, I was
anything
just
to her.
having fun with it.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, and I feel like she didn't realize that Laurel truly felt something, and I don't even think Nicole realized that Laurel truly felt something. But that was the divide between them. But either way, Laurel's gone. She hasn't been around since Invasion.
But they dated. Nicola and Laurel dated after the show that season
shit,
for like
that's
6
right.
months or something. They ended up breaking up.
They were a real thing.
But now Nicole is back on the challenge, and then we see her making out with Kara. Unless one of the other cast members dyes their hair red, she was making out with Kara. So
it could be Justina Valentine from Champs vs. Stars.
I don't see her on this cast list though.
Right.
So Nicole's back. She's got a peanut butter, and
Oh my god. Yeah.
Kara's gonna be her new peanut butter.
Dude, you just reminded me how much I hated her voice. I haven't thought about it.
I love it.
I haven't thought about it since then.
How
I
can you
truly
hate
forgot. Oh my god. I gotta deal with that.
Nicole's Boston
Oh,
accent
God.
is epic in proportion. It's just
I don't
amazing.
even think it's Boston. I wouldn't categorize it as anything. I feel like no
It's a
city
New
would be
Yorker?
like, we'll take her. I don't think Chicago, New York, Boston, they wouldn't be like, no, that's not us. Okay. You know what I mean?
I'm excited Nicole's back because you know what? There are very few people on the show that can show up and be physically imposing like Nicole
Which
was because she's
was.
rich.
That's true. Let's talk about that. Well, why don't we talk
And then
about
also
Josh?
when it comes to, she's basically like a female Corey, except for she's more of a talent when it comes to the eliminations and finals and stuff. Because she's like Corey, she's trying to get laid the entire time. She's probably has just as much of a success rate as Corey, even though Corey has more seasons. She's 1 for 1. She got a 6-month relationship out of the first season she was in. This time, maybe her and Kara are still together.
I don't think Corey's trying to get a relationship out of it, and that's how he measures victories. I don't think so.
Corey's more inclined for that 8-minute relationship. Am I right? So next is Shane. Shane is making his return. He was last seen
Invasion
on
of the Champions.
Invasion.
Which he was one of the best things about that season. He was
And
great.
then until he got eliminated in that
bullshit
three-way
bloodline
with Corey and Nelson?
Yeah. It was basically a purge again, right?
Yeah, purge. Yeah, I was thinking bloodbath.
Well, they called it a bloodbath then. Since then it's been called a purge in Dirty 30. What do they call it
But
now?
Shane's awesome. He's probably the fucking coolest gay guy ever on the challenge.
Well, I didn't even think to say
When you're
like,
going against
by the
guys
way,
like Preston, there was who's the other gay guy that was on Fresh Meat 2?
You like Ryan a lot.
Ryan, yeah, Ryan was awesome.
Anyways, no,
Shane is awesome.
I'm glad he's back. I really wanted him back for Dirty 30. I really did. So he's great. Next is Sylvia.
Holy shit.
Remember, she just she was so unassuming, and she was put into eliminations, and she would win, and you're just like, wow.
I totally wrote her off from the first time I saw her, and I'm like, you don't belong here, just go home.
Yeah.
But she won me over, and didn't she turn down Corey in the pool?
No, she turned down Nelson in the pool.
She turned down Nelson, and then
Goddamn
Nelson went into a rage over it.
You get all these people confused. What do you mean?
Corey and Nelson, they're like best friends. They're like practically the same person.
Right. Yeah. I know people get me and
Sylvia's
you
cool.
confused all the time because we're so close.
Exactly. Why would they not? We're like the same person.
All right, but yeah, Sylvia was great. I don't remember how she actually lost, but she hung in there a long time. Is what I want to get at. Next is Tony Raines. Now, Tony is back again. I feel like he's always going to get that callback just because producers like him. I'm sure there's viewers that like him. But really, he's more of a fuck-up.
Yeah,
right?
he has a very bad track record of screwing up a lot. But I would say that
eliminations.
Last season, he had
Personally.
some lows, but he also had a lot of good highs.
Man.
The highs being beating Dario.
Right.
That was awesome. But he had some lows. He cheated on his baby's mama. Oh, yeah, he beat Darrell. But then he also cheated on his baby's mama with Camilla.
But I almost feel like that's a plateau because he's always cheating. He always is.
That is true.
That's not a high or a low. That's a plateau.
But a lot of people were talking about his girlfriend showed up at the reunion show.
Right.
And she was 100% in his corner and just like, yeah, he screwed up, but we're in love, so we move past those things.
Yeah.
And yeah, true love can get through one time of cheating, but after the second, third, and fourth, and fifth time of him cheating, eventually you're gonna pull the plug in the relationship, just like Ashley.
Mitchell
gonna
come on!
Plug on her papa.
So low. All right, next, Victor Ario from Big Brother 18, another guy from Big Brother. Now, is this American Big Brother? Because we've been saying like, oh, from the UK and shit.
Yeah, the X on the Beach is UK, but these are American.
That's CBS. Isn't Big Brother CBS?
That is true. CBS owns MTV.
That
makes
huge.
Sense.
The fact that we got MTV got someone from CBS. That'd be like MTV getting someone from NBC, right?
No, because CBS owns MTV. It's basically like ESPN getting someone from ABC.
Now,
because ABC owns ESPN.
I didn't realize that.
CBS owns MTV.
Wait a minute. Isn't Survivor on CBS?
Yeah.
What the shit? What? Oh, man.
Exactly. Just like you were saying, that MTV, the challenge is basically Bellator to Survivor and The Amazing Race, which is all owned by CBS. Which owns MTV, which owns the channel.
Oh my God! Layer upon layer of revelations.
So Victor Arroyo, he's a big muscly dude with some handsome hair.
Yeah, but that kind of goes hand in hand with like if a woman is hot or not. Like it's not really discriminating.
Yeah, like the dudes that are new on this show, they all look super handsome. Other than the dude who looks Kyle Christie.
Kyle Christie.
Yeah, the douchebag in the fedora and the tattoos and rings.
All right, let's move next to Veronica. She has returned. I'm so glad that she's still back at it. I was kind of assuming she'd be Champs versus Stars. She said no clearly because she was on Champs versus Pros, right? Mm-hmm. And that's why we got Anissa. That's why we got Jenna. You know what I mean? They're not true champs, is what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah. Veronica's back. She was good last season. I have no problems with her being back. I'm excited to have her back because politically she knows how to play the game. Physically, she's looking at this cast, who we have so far. I would say like the top-notch girls are probably like Cara. You have Kayla and Nicole. And then I feel like Veronica is right there. A lot of these newer girls from, X on the Beach or Are You the One, like in these eliminations, I'm not going to be picking those girls to win. I'm going to be picking girls like Veronica who have experience, who have done this before. So I fully expect Veronica to be around a while in this season.
Next, and finally, I think, we have Zach. He's you're a big fan of his, right?
Zach is awesome. He's on Champs versus Stars.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a hopeless romantic. I mean, in my eyes, I just want Jenna and Zach to be
back
together.
God, not that.
You know, they're so perfect for each other. Come on.
Jesus Christ! It's like a little kid looking up to mom and dad who are actually like very passively aggressively arguing with each other. You don't know any better.
No.
But you're like they belong together, but no, they treat each other terribly. No, that's the wrong metaphor. It's more like you hear them arguing at night, and maybe there's a, you know what I mean? The next morning, you're like
whimpering and crying.
They're eating. We're sitting here at breakfast time, and we seem to be okay. They belong to each other. You know what I mean? I don't know. They got really dark, but yeah. That's
I'm glad that Zach's back because out of all the guys in this season, talking as a competitor,
right.
like Zach he's more of a veteran than a lot of other guys, so he could align himself with guys like Johnny Bananas, possibly Brad.
Yes, I think he will.
Possibly Leroy.
Yeah.
So I think like alliances, I'm thinking, like I said, Zach, Bananas, Leroy, Brad. And then for the other side of the guys, there's Corey, Tony, Nelson.
No, Tony's going to be in with Bananas.
No, he won't be.
Really? Okay. All right.
If you watch the reunion, it wasn't even the reunion. It was the best of the worst reunion that they showed the next week.
Oh,
there was actually 3 reunion shows. And Tony is talking to, I forget if it was, I think it was Nelson. And he's like, you know what? We've been letting these other veterans like run this game for too long. It's about time that we do something about it. Oh, Tony was talking to Devin. Tony was saying this. And Devin is like, well, yeah, I've been saying that forever. We need to take out these vets. And Tony's like, you know what? I think we're at the point where we need to do this. And Devin's like, exactly. That's what I've been trying to do since day one. So it seemed like Tony and Devin were kind of on the same page together. And I feel like Nelson and Corey would be a perfect alliance of the young up-and-comers.
Right.
So I feel like there's going to be 2 separate sides to the guys. And then plus we have all the new guys. We'll see how that shakes out. It'll be interesting.
It's funny how I consider winning Tony over like this huge advantage. But really, it's just a numbers game. So,
it's totally about numbers.
Yeah. Okay, but you know what? Overall, the ideas of, taking people's money or making them stay up the entire night before a mission, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Or what was the other one? Making sure that they're literally shackled to someone in a mission. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
It plays into how you're going to play the game. Where if you're sending someone into elimination, I guess if you win the mission, I'm assuming you win the mission, you get to send in someone into elimination.
Yeah.
You want to send in the worst person who you think is not going to come back. You want to make sure that the person that's going in is going to lose. Because if they come back, they're going to end up fucking you over. Right?
That could change the way because most of the time, like when it comes to power moves, you want to put in someone that you put in Bananas. No one wants to do it. When it does happen, you're like, oh my god, you know what I mean? So would you put in Bananas? Knowing that he could possibly win and then take your money and shit, I would say yeah. Because take my money, at least I try to get rid of you.
Yeah.
Chain me to someone in a mission, at least I try to get rid of you. Make me stay up all night, at least I try to get rid of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're going down, kind of falling on your own sword. Like, yeah, you tried, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
But do you see on this website, there says there may be alternates from
this? Oh my god. Okay, read them off. Who are they?
There's 3 alternates. Corey Brooks from Big Brother 18.
We already got a Corey. Fuck him.
So I don't know who that is. But there's 2 other alternates that are both vets that we've seen before.
All right. Who?
Derek
Kaczynski?
Derek Kaczynski.
Wow. Why the fuck does he not get first call, though? Why is he an alternate? He should be on the main roster.
Maybe he called him up.
He got second place.
Maybe he called him up and was like, no, I don't want to be back next year. Then he broke up with his baby's mama.
Oh,
and then he was single again, and he's like, I hear phone calls. He sounds like Brad is making out with Brittany on the beach. I want to get back there. So then Derek hops on a plane.
What you're
flies
saying
over.
is that Derek's with Brittany, right? We didn't actually say that, but isn't there a photograph of them like hanging out or some shit, right?
It looked like in the trailer that it was Brad making out with Brittany on the beach. But then I've heard about Derek and Brittany being a couple. Yeah. So I'm very confused.
Well, when you said that he left his baby mama, I thought you meant he left her for Brittany, right?
Maybe once they're on the show.
Well, I thought
in the trailer, if you see the trailer...
Yeah, but I'm just saying in real life, I thought that he legitimately was dating Britney or has dated Britney, right?
Yeah, there are rumors on Twitter about
yeah.
that. Yeah, so it's muddied water. I'm not going to read into it. I'm just going to watch the show and see what happens.
Right.
But yeah, Britney's hooking up with Brad or Derek. Maybe Derek has the beard because in the trailer Britney was making out with a bearded man. Maybe it was Derek. Maybe it wasn't Brad. I just assumed it was Brad.
Who's the other alternative?
Kellyanne.
Whoa, that'd be
Kellyanne.
cool. I always like Kellyanne. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
Kellyanne's
fine.
cool. She's the cool yogi. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, those are the three alternates. So apparently people are going to be going home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We see that all the time now. And to reference back to UFC, a lot of UFC cards, people drop out due to injury, due to bad weight cutting, you know. So, like, you're looking forward to these two people finally fucking fighting, and it's announced months ahead of time. And then, like, you know, maybe a couple months down the beforehand, someone drops out.
Zach will get popped by USADA.
Couple
he fails
weeks,
a drug test.
couple days,
and,
sometimes within hours of the fight. Wasn't that Ferguson Habib? Wasn't that hours before the fight or something like
I
that?
think it was like the morning of or something like that.
Yeah. So people drop out of the show. We're seeing that again in Champs versus Stars. People are just dropping.
Yeah, people
nuts.
are quitting all the time.
Yeah.
T.O., Riff Raff. Maybe Riff Raff's going to come back. He at least left for the night.
Camilla.
Ashley, Camilla's too drunk. Ashley, her dad is sick.
Ashley. Jenna.
Jenna broke her foot. Yeah.
By the way, remember when you said Camilla possibly broke Jenna's foot? I was like, holy shit, that's
all
huge.
I knew is that Jenna went home with an injury, and then Camilla got kicked off for behavior reasons.
Right.
So I did a little mental math, and I was like, whoa, maybe Camilla beat up Jenna, hurt her, and then they both went home. It made sense at the time.
Oh, for sure. And I was swept up in it. I was like, yeah, and then what, Dave? Okay, so that's the end. I want to say this is the end of the episode. I feel like, the information is out there, and MTV has the challenge on basically every week, right?
Yep.
Like, that's what they're moving to. And guess what? Our podcast is weekly. Okay, sometimes I miss like 2 to 3 weeks sometimes, but overall I keep coming back, so there you go. So yeah, this was Battle of the Challenges podcast. Like, subscribe, comment with Vincent Cloud
And Hardcore Dave.